welcome. You've joined us on Market Fatafat right here on ET Now. I'm Ashesha Adhwaryu. With me is Kanishka Sarkar joining us from our Delhi studios. And this is a show where we discuss all the stocks that are buzzing in trade, either based on news or based on other brokerage reports or on the technical side as well. For the market as we speak, Nifty is holding on with gains of about 95 odd points to trade near the 25,330 mark. Nifty Bank also moving in tandem, holding on to 0.5% gains today. 55,440 is where the Nifty Bank is currently trading. In terms of individual stocks, Tata Consumer, that one is the biggest gainer, up 3.5%. Bharat Electronics, on the back of several order wins over the last few days, is also up 2%. SBI, Kotak Mahindra Bank, Maruti Suzuki, Trent, these are some of the other gainers from the Nifty 50 pack. On the losing side though, life insurance players are under pressure. HDFC Life is down 1%. Bajaj Finserv, ITC and SBI Life are also some of the other losers from the Nifty pack. But Kanishka, let's get started with all the stocks that are buzzing in trade.
Absolutely. Now, to discuss all these buzzers that we have today, we are now joined by Kapil Shah, the technical analyst at Emkay Global Financial Services, and also Rabinder from our research team as always. So let's get started with all the top buzzers today. First up, let's put the spotlight on the cement pack. Now, the likes of Ultratech Cement, JSW Cement, Ambuja Cement. Now, all of these stocks are in focus after Nuvama has come out with a report saying that channel checks have suggested pricing pressure in some of the key regions for cement. Now, prices in the south and west, they have moderated in August, and attempts to hike rates in September, that's including a 30 rupees per bag hike in the south, did not materialize. Now, the report highlights that even as a 10 to 12 rupees per bag increase in the east was rolled back in the eastern region. Apart from that, on the demand side, government capex, which jumped sharply in Q1, that is also expected to pick up again through an FY26 after a temporary slowdown that we saw in July due to earlier monsoons. In fact, the brokerage says that the outlook for the cement sector is improving, with GST cuts, rising volumes, and also scope for gradual price hikes likely to aid the industry. However, sustainability of the pricing will be a key monitorable. So that's the word coming from Nuvama, and hence all of these cement counters are in focus.
Okay, so all of these cement stocks continue to remain in focus today, but let's also put the spotlight on Ashok Leyland then. Kapil, the stock is trading with gains of nearly 1.7% as we speak, near that 137 mark. 200 on the anvil, is it? What do technical indicators suggest for Ashok Leyland?
Yeah, first of all, hello everyone. Coming to the Ashok Leyland, means the formation, we have been seeing that first of all market has set the positive tone, and some of the stocks which has been remaining in a positive, they are gaining the further strength. And in Ashok Leyland, there is a very decent technical pattern that has been formed, that is in a rounding bottom pattern kind of thing, which is an analogous period of almost 1 to 1.5 year kind of. So this is a very positive development, and about that particular pattern, we are seeing some sort of a positive traction is happening. So right now the stock is at a 136 level. We remain optimist on that with a swing low, which has immediately formed at near about by 132 level kind of thing. So almost a 4 rupees risk is there. And on the higher side, the upside potential can be up to 144 and 148 level.
Leyland is concerned, but let's also put the spotlight on a whole host of retail counters, especially textile related stocks and footwear stocks, and this is on the back of a Motilal Oswal report where they've done some channel checks, and Motilal Oswal channel checks on apparel and footwear suggest that apparel is gaining momentum, especially after the GST cut that we saw that was announced a few days ago will come into effect on 22nd September, while footwear industry is awaiting GST cut. They say value retail has sustained demand momentum over the course of the last 1 month. Seasonality is weighing on sales, but festive and GST tailwind is building momentum, and that is likely to aid sales and demand growth for these sectors going forward. They say branded apparel is showing improving momentum in formal wear, which is aided by loyalty-led growth, which is likely to sustain going forward as well. And for value fashion retailers as well, we are seeing sustained momentum. So on the back of this report, in fact, Aditya Birla Fashion and Retail is up a solid 4%. We have Bata India, most of it is already priced in, but the outlook continues to remain very positive on account of volume growth led by GST cut, and both these stocks in the entire sector rather in focus on the back of this report.
All right, so both those retail counters in focus on the back of that Motilal Oswal brokerage note. But moving on to the next counter then, Ravinder, coming to you, you've picked out Mahindra Life Spaces for us. I believe it's on the back of some project wins. Tell us more details about that.
Well, yes, Mahindra Lifespace is in focus. The company has been chosen as a partner for 2 society redevelopment projects in Chembur, Mumbai, with a combined gross development potential of approximately 1700 crore. And the 2 societies span 2.6 acre and 1.8 acres respectively. And the redevelopment will delivers well-planned homes designed with the focus on sustainability and modern amenities and connectivity. And it will offer residents on enhanced living experience while creating long-term value through thoughtful design and environmentally responsible practices. So back of this positive news flow, Mahindra Lifespace is in focus and the stock is up more than 3%.
Okay, so that's Mahindra Lifespace for you. The stock is up over 3% on the back of that news piece. But let's also put the spotlight on the defense sector then, and Mascot Dock in particular. Kapil, you have picked up this stock for us, and the stock is holding on to gains of over 1.5% today. Tell us, what do technical indicators suggest for Mascot Dock shipbuilders?
See, Moscow Dock means from past almost 3 to 4 years around, there has been some sorts of a pattern. Okay, it remains in the weak for 3 to 4 months, and then there is some sort of pickup in the momentum happens. So the last month was the third month that where it has capitulated its downside momentum, and this month we are seeing the traction. So this is what some sorts of a cyclicality that we are able to see in the Moscow Dock, and the stock has a profile of a correction near in the range of 30 to 35%. That has been also correction that has already corrected. So time-wise, price-wise, symmetry is getting matched over there, and from past 2 to 3 trading sessions we are seeing that defense stocks are gaining a momentum, and today also the defense is one of the sector which is leading the pack. So at the 3000 level, we are positive on that, and if the stock retraces the back a little bit on the lower side, so we remain bullish up to in this particular stock up to the 2850 level, and so it is in accumulation in the mentioned range, and on the high side, upside potential can be up to 3250.
All right, 3,250, that's the level to track for Mascot Dock. But on that note, we'll take a very short break. Be right back with more buzzers on the other side. Hi there, welcome back. You're watching Market Fatafat with me, Kanishka Sarkar and Ashesha Advario, a show where we're discussing all the top buzzers in trade today. So let's get back to all the buzzers then. Let's put the spotlight on Vedanta now. Now, this one is in focus as the Mumbai NCLT is hearing the company's demerger petition. Now, during the hearing earlier today, the Oil Ministry's lawyer raised objections linked to Vedanta's unit Malco Energy, pointing to issues around oil production and revenue sharing contracts. Now, the government has raised 5,600 crore rupees demand on Malco and alleged that Vedanta secured bank loans against oil blocks allocated by the centre. Now, the ministry has clarified that it is not opposing the demerger scheme. It has only requested the tribunal to ensure government interests are protected. Also, Vedanta's counsel, on the other hand, argued that the company's board has already approved a corporate guarantee in favour of the government for these oil blocks. So that's the reason this NCLT hearing is underway, and that's the reason why Vedanta is in focus. Today trading nearly 0.1% higher.
That's Vedanta for you. The stock will continue to be in focus until the demerger is completed, which is expected to happen in the next few months. But shifting focus to Zensar Tech then, Kapil, you've picked up the stock for us. The stock is holding on to gains of 2% in trade today. But what do charts suggest for this one?
Yeah, basically from past couple of days, we have been seeing that the IT stocks, after a very huge declining momentum, they have started to gain some sorts of traction on the high side. And within the IT pack, the small cap, mid cap stocks are the torch bearer. So within, so looking at when there was not a good phase for the IT sector, the Zensar Tech has holded its price momentum. So relatively, there is a better strength in it. And today we are seeing that on a very manual basis, there is a flat pattern breakout, which is indication of the bullish continuation sign. So at the level of the 835, we are optimistic on that particular stock with a stop loss below around 810, and on the higher side, 880 to 900 can be the potential.
Okay, so 880 to 900 could be the next target. That's the word coming in on Zensar Tech. But let's also put the spotlight on the entire consumption basket. And this because the channel check suggests that leading players such as HUL, P&G and Colgate are proactively offering trade schemes to distributors and retailers before the effective GST GST rate cut, which is to come into effect on the 22nd of September. Now, they say that these measures aim to encourage stocking ahead of the transition, which will avoid abrupt restocking at the deadline and maintain steady shelf presence as well. So, on the back of this, Motilal Oswal, in fact, has come out with a report. They are maintaining a buy stance on Colgate, HUL, P&G and Britannia. They've given a target price of 2850 for Colgate, 3050 for HUL and 15,000 with a neutral rating on P&G. So the entire basket in focus on the back of this, and GST rate cut will be another trigger for the entire consumption basket.
That's right. So the entire consumption basket is in focus. Next up, let's put the spotlight on BEL. Raminder, you have picked out BEL. There's another big order win coming for this company.
Well, yes, on the back of the order win, Bharat Electronic is in focus, where company has secured additional order worth rupees 712 crore since the last disclosure made on 1st September 25, and major orders received include IT infra and cyber security solution, ESM systems, blockchain solutions platform, and communication equipment, spare services, etc. So, back of this more than 700 crore order win, Bharat Electronic is in focus, and the stock is up approximately 2%.
Okay, so on the back of order wins, the stock is holding on to gains of nearly 2%. But Kapil and Rabinder, thank you so much for taking your time out and joining us today on Market Fatafat and helping us understand all the stocks that are buzzing in trade today. But that's all the time we have on this edition of the show. Thanks so much for tuning in. But special coverage and a special interaction lined up for you just after this small break.